Hello to amazing people, TheNeomare here, and welcome to another episode of Limbus Company, an amazing free-to-play gacha from Project Moon, where we put together teams of sinners and do turn-based combat with them. And the season 5 is here, it's finally here, so we're gonna enjoy some nice stories today. But yeah, here's the Limbus pass. I didn't decide yet if I'm gonna support developers for one more season by buying the pass. I probably will. I'll see how I feel. But let's see how the story is and then we can decide. So we're gonna drive. I forgot. Oh, there it is, the drive. And then Inferno and the dream ending. CANTO 8 here, 9, 8, 4, 12. We go into the P Corp District 16. When treats the life and the contracts of the not so famous but valiant Don Quixote. It is a Don Quixote chapter. Oh boy, there's gonna be a lot of weird words. Well, already looking forward to it. This will most probably be my favorite chapter in all the game. I kind of really enjoy Don Quixote and her personality. The knight approached with great haste. We can hear her voice as well. So the normal story here for the season, for the CANTO 8, will have voiceover lines, which they stopped doing for other events to save up time. So yeah, we can enjoy the voice, although it is in Korean, so I'm gonna be reading everything out anyway. Yet thou shalt, hey, hew open a path, cleaving the shadows in twain. So Don Quixote was modeled by Don Quixote character from Emmanuel Cervantes about, I think, Spanish wannabe knight who was hallucinating a lot, but he was like good at heart and wanted to do good deeds, and he was riding a horse named Rocinante and had like a friend, I think, called Sancho Panza, and he had a donkey as well. There's no donkey and Sancho in this game, I don't think so, but there is Don Quixote and her boots and a big secret that she carries with her that you can that we find out about during the warp train incident. But yeah, it turns out she's like this game's version of a vampire. So yeah, I wonder how that's gonna tie into the story. I know, Foss knows, the company knows, but other sinners, they do not know that she's a blood fiend. Yet thou shalt hew open a path, cleaving the shadows in twain. With the blessing and approval of thy family, of which there is no equal. Challenge and vanquish all things perilous, and at last reach true happiness. Okay, just quick check. I am recording. Nice. Thus, how indubitable? Yeah, some of these words. Indubitable. What is indubitable? Is that undoubtable? Maybe. The magnificence with which mine ingenious adventures or today shall shine, which is our adventure as well. You remember the words, right? A fixer must maintain a head clear of corruption, speech free of deceit, and conduct guided by clemency. Show courage in adventure and bear pain in suffering. And pray, forget not the mercy for the downtrodden. And last but not least, pursue your dream, even if it means vagaring your life in the chase. Should you ever fail to stand by even one of these tenets, I'll smack you guys upside the head myself. Steel yourself and always keep moving forward. Well, so she got us in trouble many times, like trying to do noble deeds that got us in trouble. Is that not a threat? Most unfair. Manager Esquire, so here it is, Don Quixote, our favorite troublemaker here with her spear. What does it say on it? Sueño imposible? Impossible dream, maybe? Manager Esquire, how unfair of thee! So we are on the P Corp warp train platform, again on the warp train platform. Did we just get off the train after we witnessed her turning into a blood fiend? And a really high ranking blood fiend as well, one of the old ones. I don't know what they called her, like the second or something like that, I don't know. Most unfair, I say! What is it this time? For once I have believed that 'twas my time to shine. Oh, you're shown alright. She doesn't know. Oh, that's the thing. She doesn't know. I know, Faust knows, company knows, but none of the other sinners, including Don Quixote, know what happens when she takes her boots off. That's why she never takes them off. Much did I wish to be the one to pull off the final flourish in its deserved splendor. She's crying like a little baby. It was my chance to mark my name in the newspapers. Returning to P-Corp's warp train station seemed to always remind Don Quixote of our last misadventure. She'd repeated that exact same complaint a few times by now. Who? Wherefore dost thou make an expression of such great dourness, Manager Esquire? I don't even have an expression, let alone a face. How untrue, how untrue. Those do not see. Oh, she talks a lot. All things blessed with existence has heart, even the little critters, and indeed even the blades of grass, which most people bother not to linger even a fleeting thought upon. For sot, an existence of a heart necessitates an expression. Votes do not say? Well, I guess so, but like I have hard time expressing my expression, ha, since I'm a clock, you know. That is to say, we mustn't let the strength of the body be the scale with which we judge one's measure. Thus, persevere. Let only thy unbending heart be the tool with which those dispenses justice. Hark, hark. Well, I agree. She went from like crying to be her usual self really, really fast here. Ah, right. Out with it. Who encouraged the lass this time? Hearken unto me, Manager Esquire. Some time ago in the freight car of the warp train. Oh, I guess the story will remind us what actually happened last time. Don Quixote, question mark. Don Quixote, hey, can you hear me? Say something. Don Quixote regards me silently. No, that's some eldritch being who I can't help but wishes Don Quixote, gazing at me. She opens her mouth. My instinct is screaming at me not to listen to her, but... Don Quixote? Has the ended? No, I don't think it's ended. Is that so? Rocinante to me. I beseech you. Well, I don't know if I gave her the right answer, though my answer was an almost instinctual relay of a thought that manifested in my head. Don Quixote closes her eyes upon hearing my reply, as though drifting away in a gentle, pleasant dream. In a carefully sleep-wrapped pair of running shoes, she called Rocinante onto her feet. And I make a silent wish. Let her blood-red eyes never, ever open again. Ah. Arrive? Have you arrived? Ah, fine! What devil is this? Witter had the villainous blood fiend gone. So yeah, she fainted. Well, she turned into the blood fiend veteran or whatever, the old blood. And yeah, I forgot what this game uses. But anyway, something much more powerful than what we were fighting. But to her, it seemed like time was stolen for her. The blood fiend's gone and all the chance for glory with it as well. How ironic, she's the one that saved us, but we cannot even tell her that because reasons, I guess. Don Quixote. Didst thou strike down the cur? And back to present. I kind of feel like we missed out on something cool. Wish I was there with Faust and Dante when it all went down to see how you guys managed to kill that guy, you know? I don't know if you would want that. Let's not leave a certain someone out of the story, She was there as well, though. She embarrassingly passed out like a coward in front of that blood fiend. The shame of Limbus company, I say. That's so unfair. This just shows how you should sometimes not judge people if you don't have the information. Like, because she's like totally wrong about it. Like, totally wrong. She couldn't be more wrong. So, yeah. SOLC. Pathetic. Come on. We're all passed out too, didn't we? Yeah, okay, so from all the people, Heathcliff comes in her defense. That's amazing. I suppose I should have been there to take the reins of the sinners. Were you that scared of the Bloodfiend, Don Quixote? That's okay. I understand how you feel. Oh, a true hero standeth still and calm, unmoving in the face of such base mockery. I agree, Roger. I do feel like we missed out on something big. Yeah, see? Like Ishmael knows what's up. She has this instinct, even when she doesn't know. Like, probably because of her seafaring days, right? She has this instinct to feel when something's off and something big happened, you know? Because when we got there in the aftermath, all we saw was a very confused looking Dante standing over the Bloodfiend's exploded, melted parts. Yeah, she's putting the pieces together. There we go. Huh? I was standing confused? Was I? Forsooth, why didst thou not wake me? I would have even forgiven thee for slapping my cheeks upside down. So, what actually happened in there? Yeah, that we cannot disclose. I already told you guys earlier, didn't I? What? You just trail over it. That's off, you know, until we change the subject. What are you talking about? Executive manager, perhaps you were in a similar state of explosive delirium to the one you experienced earlier. I'm referring to the time when you had burst into flames. Oh yeah, I was. I definitely was. There's definitely nothing I have to like hide. Oh no, it's Otis began glaring at me warily as though my clock head was about to explode at any moment. That didn't happen. That didn't happen, huh? Well, if you won't talk then, I turn to Miss Faust, our second eyewitness. Can I get some statements from you, madame? Yeah, if you couldn't get any information from me, how do you ever believe that Faust, from all the people, would spill the beans? Roger asks confidently, still in the mood to play detective. Faust does not have any information she deems necessary to share at the moment. I love it. Such a polite way to say sort of. Gotcha. Then right back to you, witness Dante. Listen up. I have an important announcement to make, so pay close attention. So this is our guide, Virgilius, sharing the name with the person who led Dante through Dante's Inferno in Italian masterpiece from... I forgot who wrote it. That's not great. Anyway, I have no idea if it was a coincidence or not, but Virgilio stepped in at just the right moment to divert the sinners away from me. Okay, and I'm too bothered. Virgil. Oh. Makes sense. Really? Virgil is the author. He's also the guide? Huh. You know what's funny? In Dante's Inferno, like the chapters are called cantos, just like in the game. That part I didn't know. How many cantos are there? We're gonna run out of cantos. No, we're not. Okay. Whoa, cantos 24. Okay, I'm scrolling through Wikipedia right now. So, Center of Hell, great. Just great. Is this what is waiting for us? So there's 34 cantos. Are they intending to make a chapter in the game for every cantos in the Dante's Inferno? Also, how quaint to like for the author of the book to write himself into as a guide for the main character. That's an interesting method, I would say. As you are all aware, we have been contracted by P Corp to work on a case here. I suppose we've done this song and dance enough times for you to know what's coming. Yeah, somebody on Steam wrote, like, we get out of the bus, we get ambushed by a group of thugs, and then we massacre them. Right. I suppose we'll be having a scuffle, song, dance, whatever the higher-up toughs want, with distortions or abnormalities or what have you. Did I get that right? Aha! It is a quest that leads us to lay claim upon another golden bow in our hands. Is it not? Don Quixote replies, brimming with excitement. Yes, well, if the two of you were able to catch on that quick, then I don't suppose any further elaboration is necessary. Oh, that's an insult. This is like, even if the two of you, who are the stupidest of the bunch, were able to catch on, then I think we are good here and we can go. However, this operation will be somewhat... no, let me correct myself. This operation will be drastically different from anything you have done so far. It may be one of our most bothersome missions. And we went through quite some crazy things so far. Including, but not the least, being inside a huge whale and fighting through its veins to get out. Well, when hasn't it been like that? Yeah, indeed. I guess it will be pretty bothersome to have to tag along with a group that's 2-3 times larger than our own, though, but the sinner's intuition appears to be growing sharper by the day. Oh, are we actually? You know what? I think I'm just going to keep these guesses to myself from now on. It's not something that can be negotiated. Well, isn't it better to join a group 3 times our size rather than to oppose it? Will this be a joint operation then? Who will be working with? Can't say I have the fondest memories of joint operations. Well, PTSD from the war. It is what it is. Memories of pain, if you will. Our mission at K-Corp was our first and last experience with a joint operation. I still vividly remember watching Mersault's arm flying off, smacking against a pillar and squelching onto the floor. A more accurate recounting of the event would have included the fact that my scapula was also forcibly separated from our torso. Can't we just keep this between us? The other guys will just get in our way and screw everything up. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I strongly agree with this one. How presumptuous of you all. You do well to remember that you're not the only team coming into this operation harboring such arrogant thoughts. This contract is, after all, an open contract posted by the HANA Association, the association overlooking the operation of fixers. Virgilius stopped himself, noticing an ominous aura from one of the sinners. Ah! There stood Don Quixote, practically vibrating with excitement. Someone gagged Don Quixote, at your earliest convenience. Allow me! Oh, anyway, this means that our colleagues joining this operation won't be any ragtag bands of fixers from some alleyway office no one's ever heard of. It is very likely that fixers from somewhat established associations will be joining us. You stop wriggling your lips. I'm so glad that Otis was here to stop Don Quixote from exploding into joy. But why? Why don't we just let her be herself? Like, what's the harm in that? I would like to say, but yeah, usually there comes harm with that as well. But we always manage to like figure it out. Because if she hadn't, we'd be drawing the attention of every single person in a sizable radius around us. Right. So, what kind of monster are we dealing with this time? More than that, how do they want it done? You're talking like some backstreet fixer. Virgilius looked up just as Heathcliff asked his question. Further details will be shared by our client, who graces us with her timely arrival. Well, there comes the client. So yeah, this first episode will mostly probably be stories without much fighting. We'll see. In which is explored Limbus companies, not exactly first alliance with a wing. This is like something Don Quixote would write. Which treats the life and the contracts of the not so famous but valiant Don Quixote. This actually reminds me of the Names of Friends episode. The one which something, the one which something, the one in which something happened, yeah? In which is explored Limbus companies, not exactly first alliance with a wing. Okay, let's go. So, She's the one we were supposed to meet here at the station. My. What an honor this is to meet the Red Gaze himself in the flesh. Cesara, P Corp Archival Department. Everyone, I'm pleased to meet you all. I'm Cesara, Head Manager of P Corp's Archival Department. Archival Department? So you are bookkeepers then? I'm in a manner of speaking, yes. It is a rather significant department within P Corp, regardless of how other wings treat their own archivists. It's if a bigwig like the head manager of such an important department is here to see us herself, then boy, I guess we really are putting our names out there. Not an entirely incorrect assessment. I did hear some things about you and Limbus company throughout the word of mouth. What was it? Yes, a medium-sized enterprise, with its employees gladly braving death to see a contract to its end. All just to obtain this golden boss. That's true, I guess, but... Hey, she's actually making us sound pretty impressive, huh? For sots! And I and the dearest compatriots... And my dearest compatriots have vanquished countless evils through all kinds of hardships and deadly foes. Brave as that indeed. Otis, you had one job, Otis. The other sinners were more confused than impressed by her description, but it was clear from Don Quixote's practically twinkling eyes that she was immensely infatuated by it. We did receive a brief of this contract. A particularly stubborn urban nightmare case, which all kinds of fixers have failed to rout despite their repeated attempts. Correct. I doubt it is customary for the head manager of an entire department to greet every no-name fixer office looking to make a name for themselves. Correct. Again. And seeing how you're going to the lengths to privately deliver this particular contract to her hands, this isn't a simple urban nightmare eradication contract, is it? Well, it might be urban, I don't know, legend by now, whatever the next tier is. I sense that your expectations of us extend beyond simply defeating it. There must be a particular task you're expecting us to brave that for, given your emphasis. What I'm not feeling, I wasn't going to hide it from you anyway, but it feels as though you're reading me like an open book. Well, he is the Red Gaze after all. We stared in dumbfounded silence as Virgilius effortlessly cut through the hoops to get to the core of the contract. Yes, your people were quite blunt about this when you contacted us first, that there's this golden boss somewhere near our eradication target. I was so astonished when I picked up that call. Your people refused to answer our questions, refused to tell us what those golden balls are, insisted that we let your people inside the zone to confirm the exact coordinates. I almost thought it was a prank call or something. I believe we also made you an offer you couldn't refuse. I don't know if it's a particularly versatile agent or a very proactive intelligence department, but your company has some serious intel gathering capabilities. Cesara let out a deep sigh and leaned against the wall, her shoulders slumping slightly. So what exactly are we eradicating this time? Given that we have hopeful fixers queuing up to join the mission, what is an escaped abnormality wreaking havoc somewhere like this, like last time? Or is it a distortion? Because if it is... Cesara wordlessly stared at Ishmael as she began to rapid-fire her list of questions. Right, I forgot to explain. So, abnormalities and distortions are the kind of monsters that may look similar at first glance. If only our problem was just another monster to deal with. Something had caught my eye immediately after we arrived at this place. The missing persons flyers. Countless flyers, each in search of a different person, were tapped to the pillars inside the station. Looks like people of P Corp are randomly going missing in no discernible age or gender patterns. Cesara, realizing that we were staring at the wall of missing person flyers, began. As you can see, the flyers are old, faded and tattered to the point where the papers are starting to peel off. Which means that none of them have returned home safely. So we're not dealing with an entity then. It is a phenomena. Okay, another thing to confuse me in this game, but that's fine. That's fine. Nothing a little bit of a sword to the face can solve, if it has a face. The land where the happiest smiles bloom. The amusement park of fables and legends. La Manchaland. What in the world is La Manchaland? The amusement park of fables and legends. She just said it, Neo. Focus up. La Manchaland. More than several dozen people have been reported missing, but the real number is likely much higher. Most of the guests who visited La Manchaland, which mysteriously materialized 2 months ago at the backstreets of P-Corp, are still trapped within. They have gone missing, those sized. Yet how can that be? 'Tis against the nature of amusement parks to be so full of horror, not joy. I simply did not have enough manpower under my authority to deal with this. It was designated an urban plague 3 days after its first appearance, and now it's been escalated to an urban nightmare. Curious, if it is a mere urban nightmare, not even a star of the city, then shouldn't B-Corp be able to easily handle this on its own? That's the thing. The other departments aren't really interested in this phenomena, which means that the Marshal Department won't be sending their elite employees to handle this case. What? Yet wherefore doth P-Corp not deploy their elite forces to swiftly vanquish this risk to the lives of the innocent? Well, I guess they have other, to them, more important businesses to attend to. Don Quixote was now completely and emotionally invested in this gripping tale of tragedy that our client was sharing. Cesara seemed to be enjoying Don Quixote's excessive, almost theatrical reaction. Because the phenomena only affects the backstreets. There we go. Nobody cares about the backstreets. Imagine if it happened somewhere within the nest. Squadrons of elite agents from the compression department would have descended the moment it manifested. That's enough beating around the bush, head manager Cesara. What more are you hiding? It would have been a walk in the park for someone of your status and station to requisition agents from a different department. So explain, why did you really go through the trouble of hiring the Limbus company? Yes, you really are unrelenting. Fine, I confess, the goal of our department isn't the eradication of La Manchaland. It is to study it, isn't it? I know it. She has a lab coat and everything. Is that the lab coat? Huh? Now, you will soon be heading into the La Manchaland with the other fixers. A piece of advice, if you will. Do not let the other fixers know that you're here to find the golden ball. If they were to somehow find out that there is this mysterious artifact called the golden ball hidden somewhere within that zone, it could start attracting unwanted attention from fixers who consider it a bounty separate from the eradication reward. No need to stir the pot, I agree. And I'm sure you're all savvy enough to know that it would be wise to keep quiet about the true objective of our department, if you know what I mean. Well, are you gonna tell us though? What is the objective? I hear you loud and clear. Let's keep this hush-hush between P-Corp and Limbus Company. We both get what we want, and we can go our separate ways once this business is over. No fuss, no muss. Did I get that right? Yeah, I missed what... She said what the objective is not, but what is it then? That's a pretty good summary. Who do you think we are? I can tell you right now that when it comes to OPSEC, some of us might fall slightly behind. She wanted to say like, we're elitists, we never fail, and then she looks at Don Quixote and like, yeah, some of us might not be up to par. It's about time we got to the point. We're only attracting more unwanted eyes by lingering here. That's true. Here is your mission. Enter La Manchaland, find the thing or someone that created La Manchaland, and bring it to me. Okay. Or someone. The thing or someone is too insufficient a description. We do not even know if what we seek is made of organic or inorganic material. So, why do you need that thing person who created La Manchaland? Shouldn't eradicating it be enough? Ha! Cesara's eyes twinkled for a brief moment as they lingered on Sinclair. Did I say something wrong? I don't know. I suppose I was flabbergasted by her boldness of daring to ask a question like that. Notice I'm not asking you why you're looking for the golden boss? Ah, well, it's not like a big secret or anything. If you really do want to know, here it is. I just want whatever it is behind this case, to be held responsible for the damages they've caused. She's lying. She's lying. She's lying. She's lying. She has some nefarious ideas, nefarious plans. Like, look at her. Like, her eyes and her smile. She's hiding something. She's nefarious herself. We're gonna be fighting Cesara in the end at some point in this chapter. I can already see it. Forsooth, a villain who had committed such wicked atrocity deserved a punishment most fitting. And as a little bonus, I get to put some achievements under my belt to give my department a little push to rise above the others. I could use some promotion right about now, you know? Bullshit. You know, yeah. I suppose it doesn't matter whether we accept your proposition or not. You must have already reached an agreement with the top brass of our company. Right, but what if after kicking the phenomenon's arse, we don't bother bringing in the bloke who made that bizarre amusement park? What will you do then? Heathcliff spoke crassly, but it was a reasonable question. After all, there was also a chance that we could fail to bring the culprit here, even if we wanted to. Well then, I suppose we'll start looking into what these golden balls are, even if we won't get our hands on them immediately. Oh, she's threatening us. She's like, if you don't do what I say and mess up my thing, then I'm gonna start messing with yours. Fair enough, fair enough. Huh? So you start getting in our way if we don't bring you what you want, is that it? It would be a rather unnecessary and cost-ineffective research investment, of course, but you just might force our hand if you don't do as we requested. Besides, while La Mancha Land is only an urban nightmare at the moment, its threat level is rising exponentially. This means that more and more people in the city are beginning to catch wind of this case. Numerous fixers from all over the city are gathering here at this very moment to eradicate La Mancha Land, to demonstrate my point. So you're saying that we are not your only option? Who doesn't love fame and fortune? We could always get a truckload of willing participants if we wanted to. Oh, and maybe, just maybe, some fixers among them may find themselves becoming particularly interested in this golden boss. I swear, these precious artifacts must have a particular smell that attracts fixers like bees to honey. Got it, you want this mission taken care of before the phenomena attracts too much attention. Oh, you're cutting right through the fluff again. Anyways, you got that right. Isn't it so fortunate how we both seem to be under the impression that what each of us is looking for won't be much use to the other? For now at least. I suppose that is why you're keeping the nature of those golden balls discreet, and that's why we're keeping it on the lowdown about what created La Mancha Land. Agreed. The more eyes observe an info, the less value it has. Like run-of-the-mill mass-produced products. Ha! Of course. It's all work talk. I got excited for a sec thinking we were about to get some nice souvenirs. You have very high expectations for every single one of you. After all, you're all willing to die for this, aren't you? She keeps saying that. This is what every single one of our contracts has been like. Our stability and safety go out of the window the moment a mission begins in earnest. We share nothing but our cold goals and objectives, not exchanging anything deeper than the shallowest transactions. I'd grown to accept this as an inevitability, but I do know that this is probably not the right way. Ahem. Amidst the dull and resigned eyes of the other sinners, Don Quixote's eyes alone burned with passionate fire. Thou mayest put the faith in us, head manager Cesara. I, Don Quixote, and my compatriots here at Limbus Company shall put an end to this terrible reign of this La Mancha Land and rescue every single victim it had claimed. And mark my words, we shall pinch in this vile rascal who created La Mancha Land by the collar and present them before thee. Pretty, smite them with the hammer of justice in everyone's stead. Oh, you sweet summer child. Oh boy. My. You certainly know how to inspire confidence. That's more than I could say for the vast majority of fixers I've known. I, Don Quixote, shall battle valiantly and honorably, thus shall my name be forever etched in the halls of B-Corp. Don Quixote was bouncing up and down like she was preparing to stand at Cesara's back and call. Please stop. This woman certainly wasted no time figuring out how to turn her into putty in her hands. It really ain't that difficult to see how the last works, to be fair. Well then, shall we get a move on? Let us depart. Lead the way, Lady Cesara. Oh, I'm sorry. Sadly, I can't go there with you. Please head to the location marked on this piece of paper. Yet, wherefore, a journey on thy lonesome shall be so dreary, no? Isn't it obvious? If we show up at the fixers' gathering with the head manager of a whole department in tow, we'll attract more eyes than superstars on a red carpet. Yep, I'm sure they'll sniff out our connection to P-Corp at a glance. Yet, are not stars of super variety a good goal to strive for? Don Quixote. This might come as news to you, but sometimes words can mean more than one thing at a time. Here's a pass that will let you move freely between the back streets and the nest of P-Corp. Do note that it's a work visa, however, so it won't last forever. If they can just hand out something so important this easily, I can't imagine why her department won't be able to handle it themselves. Sinclair was still quietly suspicious, but that small doubt was practically buried in the brief commotion that followed as sinners gathered in front of Cesara to receive their visa. Alright. If there's gonna be a fight now, I'll do it, but otherwise, it's gonna be next episode. Yeah, there's more story. Ruina and the sinners are accepted and respected by fixers in ways of the city. Right, so yeah, that was the story introduction. I'm quite getting into it. I like the setup. I like the setups. I can already like see things are going to go wrong in many interesting ways. So yeah, hopefully enjoyed it. Oh no, actually wait. There is a sword here. Oh, we'll do it. We'll do it. Never mind. Never mind. Time for fighting. Time for fighting. Wherein the sinners are accepted and respected by fixers in the ways of the city. And who are we gonna choose to do this valiant mission? Well, we definitely need to have Don Quixote with us. Now, I think it might be a bit bland to bring this one, which I was using for so long time. Let's bring something new. Let's shake it up a bit. It's gonna be the T-Corp Class 3 Collection staff Don Quixote. I have no idea if she's any good or not, but like these missions in story are usually on an easy side, so surely any random group of highest rarity identities would have an easy time doing it. And while we're at it, the game increased the maximum level to 50. So we can see here if we level her up, she would gain 16 HP, her defense level would go up to 54, her offense levels would go to 50, 52 from 45 and 47. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but it is like one clash power, like, right? Plus 5, every 5 of a difference, or was it 3? I forgot. Any case, I have a lot of training tickets, so I don't see a reason why I would not level up some of my IDs here. There we go. That's gonna be our first fighter. Then let's see. Let's use some new ones. Let's use the Wild Hunt Heatleaf. We're gonna level him up as well. This animation is kind of cool, and then he sparks into existence. Coming from another dimension, no doubt. We need 4 more characters. Then we got the Zwei Association, West Section 3. Ishmael, the tank. Okay. There we go. Then, who else might we bring? Ooh, I know. The ring pointillist Yisang. The ring pointillist student Yisang. Okay, we're out of these tickets. But like, see, I need like 35 tickets to train, golden tickets to train. Well, not 35, 38 tickets, golden tickets to train a person from 45 to 50. I have 3,000 of them. I can train 100 identities from 45 to 50. We actually might have, no. Yeah, we might have around 100 identities actually. No, I don't think we do. I think we have a little bit less. Alright, welcome to the team. 2 more. What else did we like? See anything interesting here? I didn't use this one a lot, the Dawn Office Fixer. Blade Lineage, Multi-Crack. Of course, this what I'm putting together now will not have a lot of synergy. But that's okay, we don't need it. Lobotomy, E.G.O, Magic Bullet. You know what, let's bring the Magic Bullet. I didn't use her a lot ever since we got her from the Walpurgis event or whatever it was. Okay. The Magic Bullet Otis and the final one. Oh, right. We can't go without the Red Ice Penitence Ryushu. That's like necessary. Okay, so a lot of flashy new identities. We're just gonna dump into this story now. What could possibly go wrong? We are not bringing Faust for once. Okay, the most important thing, we are bringing Don Quixote. This is for the story reasons. Alright. Cesara's directions led us to an empty lot in the back streets. The hell is this now? This ain't like the tight alleyways of the back streets I know. What's this huge empty lot doing here? Now his bat says remember. Remember Cathy. Anyway, this is Don Quixote's story. Right, weird. It's rare to see this much real estate go unused in the back streets. There are a bunch of banners hanging by the buildings for some reason too. Miss Faust and I will converse with the person in charge. The rest of you assess the situation in the meantime. Don't start any trouble. Who wants to bet that Don Quixote is already starting some trouble? Don't start too much trouble until we return. He's being more realistic. Thou mayest place thy faith in us. He's giving up on a slim hope that we won't be getting into trouble without him. Well, let's see what we're working with here. The empty lot was surrounded by all kinds of warning signs and perimeter tapes, deterring anyone from haphazardly wandering inside. And when we reached out to grab the tapes to duck under them... Dude! Hey, dude! A voice rang out, stopping us in our tracks. Yeah, I mean, what? Alright, it'd be nice. It doesn't seem like you guys know what you've just walked into. This place is off limits, okay? Off limits, our dramatic fixer. Fixers only, like me, and the rest of the people gathered here, yeah? F-I-X-E-R-S, fixers. Civvies aren't allowed on the operation grounds. Geez, these B Corp folks sure are sloppy with their perimeter job. Wait, why did you look at me when you said that? Why? Oh, thou art concerned for our safety? No worries, good man, no worries. Fixers we may not be, but the daring heart of justice that burns within thee is just as bright in our own. Forsooth, we are prepared to brave death to see it. Don Quixote confidently leaps over the warning tape and scampers into an empty lot. Hey, do you have any idea what you're walking into? We arrived here on a contract just as you. The contract for the eradication of La Mancha land. I could practically hear everyone in the empty lot turning around to look at us. Good job, Don Quixote, good job. The looks on their eyes could hardly be described as friendly. In fact, their alarm at our arrival was palpable. That's when one of the fixers wielding a massive weapon strode in our direction. You're here for the hunt, you twerps. Man, silly me, I forgot to do maintenance for my weapons. I don't have time for this. I guess I'll go take care of that now. Bye. He's so afraid of him, he just decided to vanish. The obnoxious guy, who was clearly way in over his head, hurried away when the giant of a fixer stomped his way into the conversation. And the other fixers shook their heads as though they knew what was about to happen. You're clearly not fixers from an association. Obviously not anyone from an office of even passing renown. How many more of these small-time freeloaders are we going to take on? Accept any more of them and we'd end up having to split an N of that reward money between us. We're already getting these bloody tossers rigging for fight, eh? Emblems on their garbs patently say Fang Hunt Office, yet to hunt fangs has to mean... You even seen one of them in person before? Pretty seen what? Blood fins. Oh dude, you have no idea what... Oh, this is so good. So they are vampire hunters and Don Quixote is one of them. It's so ironic again, like he's like, oh little girl, I bet you never even saw a blood fiend. Blood fiends? Wait, we are dealing with blood fiends in this contract? We were not informed of any blood fiend involvement in this contract. Would you look at that? Know nothing amateurs. All of them. It makes my blood boil to watch these idiots like you rushing to nab a contract just for the promise of some cash and fame. Not only do you get in the way of the hunt, but you also really spoil the fun of this activity. Say what? What's so wrong with keeping your eye on the money? Roger, I don't think we're here just for the contract reward. Yes, this case seems to hold a special meaning to them. Fools driven by their creed are much more troublesome to deal with than simpletons motivated by money. I refuse to take part in an operation alongside these idiots who don't even know what it's like to deal with blood fiends. STFU? Shut up, something? As much as I would like to avoid entertaining you amateurs, I'll admit that curiosity has gotten the better of me. What did she just say to me? I wanna know as well. Shut the F up, you arrogant son of a... STF up? That's what she said? It was shut that flap hole. Shut that flap hole, ugly. I like that better. It's like more, you know, PG friendly. Oh, looks like you let a bit of your personal feelings bleed into that interpretation. But yours wasn't half bad, hey. Anyways, this isn't our first blood fiend contract, you know. It may not be much, but we've dealt with them before. We don't deserve to get talked down by you like that, not even one of us. At least when it comes to fighting. Great comeback, but I'm docking a few points for that hesitation there. So, this ain't your first rodeo, eh? Then show me what you got. Let's see if you're all talk, or if you're real hunters ready for the real deal. Is he gonna fight us? Well, hey mate, are we really doing this here? Before we even set foot in there? I'm telling you, we've got permits and everything. Don't be a baby. I'll hurt you just enough to send you home crying. Will a broken arm and a leg convince you? You'll thank us on your train home. I'd say an arm and a leg are much more acceptable losses than getting your blood brutally drained by a blood fiend. Alright, well, time to, like, punch some... Combative Fankot Office Fixer. If the target is a Blood Fiend or a Blood Bag, deal plus 10% damage. Oh, are we gonna get some of these IDs also? Okay, I'm not too worried about these, I guess. They are level 40 after all, and we are level 50, so... Is this their boss? Prideful Fankhunt Office Fixer. Combative. Combative. Prideful. Alright, so the first fight of the new season, like we can't target them, like tell who goes where. What we can do though is like choose like the above ability or below ability. That's about it. But the easiest way to do this is to use this nice feature of the game where you click this button and then it chooses the win rate. And then you click this button and then you watch the fight unfold and our people punching some sense into them. So this is not the most interesting part of the game. Of course, the most interesting part is when you like... Nyum nyum. Oh, hot! Nice, we have hot announcer. I forgot about that. The suppression target is shaken. Let's keep pushing everyone. It's like we have a cheerleader, you know. So how the fighting in this game works, if you're like first time here, like you have these abilities that come out of their decks. There are like 3 tiers of them: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and each one of them has their clashing value, which determines like how likely they are to win against the enemy. Like here, if we can't really lock it in, can we? No. But you can see on the top of the screen like what our expected roll is and what their expected roll is, and based on that, it's gonna be like likely to win or not. And then if we win the clash, then we break through their defenses and then we get to deal damage, and that's about it. But like these fights called non-focused encounter fights, like you cannot choose who goes where, and you don't have like the fine accuracy of yeah, which ability goes against which ability. So these mostly I just auto combat and enjoy the animations. We see some new animations today that I didn't see yet, because like a lot of these characters I didn't yet use, so that's nice for me, nice and fresh. Oh, they have reinforcements, so there's like 9 enemies to go through. Okay, wave 1 out of 1, and then it says here enemy 1 out of 9. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, these are pretty forgetful. But sooner or later we're gonna get to a fight where we're gonna be able to choose who goes where, and that's when the things become interesting. Although even here, if there's gonna be a lot of waves of enemies, we'll be able to use our super powerful abilities called E.G.Os. But we need to collect resources first, and you get resources by using abilities that we are doing right now. So you can see here, for example, like these flashing colors around our portraits are the abilities that we have access to. So I don't know which one we should use. Maybe ebony. Where is it? Here. We don't even have it equipped, do we? Okay, let's see. Let's use the telepole. This thing attacks 3 targets. Oh, actually no, Yisang. Where's Yisang? Oh, there. Oh, we don't have enough. We don't have enough for this one. We need 2 more yellow resources. Maybe we should like wait, but we have not a single one. Okay, let's just use the Don's telepole. We can also use electric screaming. I never saw this one. Let's use this one since we never saw it. Alright. So these have very good clash values, usually not huge amount of damage, and then they do like these different effects. They're mostly meant for like more complicated, harder fights. But it's nice to do them because they have very special effects, so it's nice to see. This is not the E.G.O, this is like special effect ability from... Oh, really? We didn't even get to her using the thing? Okay. Look, manager, everyone overcame the difficulty and became accomplished employee as a result. Do you think I was helpful this time? Yeah, maybe it was just not meant to be. Well, I could get used to that animation. You know? Also, when you start the fight, each of my character sceners has like 1 slot to use abilities. So you start with 6. But every following round, you get like another one. And I think it might go like up to 10, does it? So like you get more attacks in and you start demolishing enemies faster and faster. And yeah, the easiest way to speed it up it is to use E.G.Os which have AoE capabilities. Like, I'm not sure if this one has, but let's see how it looks. It has at least 2. What color do thine eyes behold in this electric spark? That was decent damage actually. I love that. It's so nice that the first E.G.O that I use of Season 5 is one of Don Quixote. No, it goes more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I guess it goes to 12 then. Like, 2 for each scener. Oh yeah, our people are called sceners. Well, we should show off that attack to the other teams too. Yeah, maybe we should. Well, now they know not to mess with us. Here we can see like the damage distribution, although this can be like faulty because like depending who gets to fight the enemies which are staggered, which take double damage at opportune moments will do more. But I think it's clear that while Hunt Heathcliff is like a decent DPS class, yeah, since he topped the charts here. Interestingly enough, let's see. Yeah, the Magic Bullet Otis didn't do all that well. No, we're gonna keep monitoring this to see. I love this. Bam! Here comes the Wild Hunt Heathcliff. Is it over? Have I truly slain them all? Then why? Why won't this rage end? Yeah, he's like on a mission to kill all the Heathcliffs in all the worlds because of what they did to Cathy. Anyway. Right, so that was this chapter 7.3. Next time we're gonna do the 7.4 of what befell our company upon our departure from the Red Gaze's hands. Right, hopefully enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I wish you all to have a wonderful day, do something nice, be kind to each other, and let's make the world a better place together. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Limbus Company, where we're gonna continue the chapter 7 story. This is Canto 7? Chapter 7 story. TheNeomare signing out. Bye bye.